Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back, everyone. I am so glad to be here today and have this opportunity to reconnect with you. I have a bit of a touchy subject today, and I want to share my thoughts. I might have to do a series of videos on this because I don't know, is it spring coming or what is going on? But I usually don't take clients on the weekend. I usually don't do my consultations over the weekend, but I had two urgent situations, and two of them were on the topic that I'm going to be talking on today. And it's a very painful and controversial topic for many, and I would love to discuss it with you. And I would love to hear from you. If you had any experiences of this kind of relationship I'll be talking about, and maybe you can have some helpful tips for other people. So today we are going to be talking about how to end an affair, a relationship with a married person. Um, Something that had happened and maybe even felt like the most amazing thing in your life, but nevertheless brought you or bringing you a lot of pain, and it's extremely confusing. It usually is extremely confusing. And today we're going to talk about both men and women, although I think it's different. It's a little bit different for both, but I'm going to start, and in general as well. We're gonna talk about this in general, but I'm going to probably start with men. Um, and yeah, welcome, Elizabeth. Good to see you, my darling. Welcome. Good to see you. So yes, I'm looking forward to one day have time for the lives, like exact time, but I'm just lucky to be able to do them at all. So all your support, all your comments are highly appreciated on a live chat and afterwards. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you, I appreciate it very much. So, um, how to end the relationship that is painful. Oh my gosh, no, I forgot. Sorry. How to end a painful relationship. Um, how to end an affair, a relationship that you found yourself in. So I think a painful relationship that you found yourself in, because usually that how it becomes. Maybe it's exciting in the beginning, but not so much in the end. And this video has a purpose of, this video has a purpose of supporting and sharing. So first of all, I think with any problem, we have to diagnose, we have to diagnose the issue. You know, when you don't, a lot of people, they think that oh, there is nothing wrong with it, you know, we're just meeting for a good time, or we're just meeting for, you know, certain experiences, you know, or we're just meeting because, you know, we having just such great time together, and you know, we understand each other, this is my soulmate, and so on and so forth. But in the long run, usually one person is hurting more than the other, because um, if the person, if one of the people is taken, and especially officially taken, it means that they have a lot of limitations, and it means that um, they may enjoy your company just as much or even more, but you are still a disposable element. I'm gonna say this again because it's a painful thing to realize for people who are officially married or in a committed relationship. When they have an extra cast, you know, extra reserve actor or actress, it is hard to realize that uh, you are extra first of all. It is very hard to realize this, that you're disposable. Because if you were not disposable, and if you really meant to the other person what they say you meant for them, they would not have you in that position to begin with. They would honestly tell you that they are not available, they are in a relationship and already, and they would not disrespect themselves, they would not disrespect their spouse, and they would not disrespect you by trying to engage you. Usually people go into this relationship for pleasure, for fun, not for suffering. So and it is so hard to end it because people think that they are loved, people think that they are cherished and loved, and they made me feel so special. But no, this is just a game. Because if you, once again, if you were that special, that person that tell you that, they would have the courage to change their life before they invite you over. you know I don't know about you guys. I hate when somebody makes me a surprise and pays me a visit. I like to know, I like to prepare, I need to be dressed, I need to have my tea, I need to have some treats, I need to my living room to look good and not like a Turkish bazaar bazaar. Because I do a lot of I have my other fur business. And by the way, I'm gonna make a link to my store. I know a lot of people commenting on my fur. So yeah, I mean, I do a lot of stuff. So when I'm inviting somebody, I'm not even saying to my life, but even to my living room, I want to be prepared. I want to feel good. I want to everything to be organized. I want to feel cozy. I gotta get my tea, my candles, and all of that. So, and this is just cosmetic things, right? But if somebody comes to me and I'm not done and not uh, I'm a mess, maybe I had a bad night of sleep, I feel like I'm not prepared, and out of respect to myself and to the visitor, I politely decline. So I think that life is not only black and white, and life is often unpredictable. Therefore, the person that maybe is in an unhappy marriage, they all say that, oh, we are not together anymore, we are only together for the children. A person who is in that situation, if they happen to truly come across, maybe at a working place, maybe they come across at, I don't know, somewhere, I don't know, social media, met somebody, and they feel like they really deeply fall in love, and they respect and care about that other person, they would never try to engage them in something that for them will end in pain. No great love had started from a great lie. If you would ask me about this maybe 10, 15 years ago, I would say, oh, but there are so many examples, like look at, what's her name? Camilla, who replaced Princess Diana. I mean, the chances of her, from a side woman, uh, becoming a queen, or what else? There are a few examples here and there. I would say, well, but there are these really terrible examples. I really, when it was a coronation, these events at the palace, I still cannot stand Camilla for what she done to Diana or Diana. I still cannot stand her. I know she kind of earned some respect over the years, but I still can't stand her. They didn't have to put Diana through that. They could have managed it in a different way. Still feel I still highly dislike her, to be honest. I understand that she can be respectable, but uh, she put a lot of work, but I still very greatly dislike her for what she done to Diana, and to their marriage. Because when people have a bond, when people have, it's something sacred, it's something special. And yeah, Diana was, I mean, I think that this king, Charles, this king, I think that he is insane. He's the only person in the entire world that would change Diana for that woman, but that's his personal choice. I think Diana was he was very jealous of her. He couldn't stand that people loved her and that she was a showstopper and he was so magnetic. He was jealous of you. He needed somebody as an attractive as he is, and they really match. I have to say they match. So but the chances of this are so small, you know. And I want to continue my thought with this, why I think right now that it's a horrible idea. I would say, even if you asked me a couple of years ago, even if you asked me a year ago, i would I could tell you that, yeah, but you never know. Sometimes you do meet your soulmate and they are, they may be in a difficult situation, but I don't think so right now. I don't think so at all. I think that, you know what, if you're in a difficult situation, if you're in an unhappy marriage and you dream to have a chance in love, you have to have the guts, the balls, excuse me, you have to have the courage, the strength to withstand the pain, to get your life in order. Yes, it includes having children, it includes having all these things. Because one of the most important and, one of the most painful things is to meet somebody and convince them that you love them, that you're ready to do anything for them, deceive them only to leave them with nothing, only to, I mean, knowingly set them up for great pain. I think, you know, I think it's a horrible thing, and everybody is miserable and everybody is hurting only because you don't have the courage to fix your life first. I yes, yeah, maybe it's like there is of 1% of some kind of exceptions, but in general, it doesn't work out like that. In general, people get very hurt and their life gets ruined. That's how it really goes. And today we are talking about, I might make like a short video talking about this, a more concise way, but this topic has so many angles and so much depth. But the first thing to do is to realize that you were deceiving yourself, and this person actually had not chosen you. This person had not chosen you, and they do not love you. They may have obsession about you, they may have infatuation about you, they may enjoy your company, they may be admiring you, and you know what, you should have kept it this way. I was thinking about this, when I was working, when I was studying back in Ukraine, like, more corporate kind of thing. Um, I'm a very flirtatious person. I love to flirt. I like to laugh, and I laugh and flirt with women too. It's just, just kind of my personality. And yes, sometimes there are men and women who admire you. I had men in my area, in my surroundings, who I know were admiring me, who I know liked me more than they should. But you know what? Somehow, subconsciously, although I was very young, I left it there. It felt it felt somewhat inspiring, but I also didn't think much of that. I didn't consider that as a possibility. And I think that's a very beautiful thing when we need more inspiration. We need more friends, we need more validation. Sometimes we need more of these things. And of course, when you are living with somebody, or when you are in a relationship with somebody who does not appreciate you or see you as special, of course you are going to be drawn to a person that when you come in the room, they are their eyes are shining. When you come to you enter the room, you enter your working place, your classroom, and there is this one person that gives you that validation, and their eyes are shining and they are excited to see you. I mean, of course, that is extremely pleasant. It's like a drug to feel loved, to feel desired. So that's why so many people are uh, that is why so many people are getting into those affairs to begin with, and it's so hard to end because this person make you feel alive. You know, this person make you like yourself when you are with this person, because this person seems to bring the best in you. And this is for everyone, for us to remember and realize that it's still a very selfish feeling. It's not about giving, it's about taking. Once again, when you are already when you are already in a relationship that may be less than satisfying, you meet somebody else on a side, so to speak, um, and when you as a person on the side, remember, no matter what they telling you, they are a lot more about taking from you than giving to you, because you can never um, you can never really count on them on anything. You cannot count on them to be there for any holidays, for any special events. If you're in a hospital, you cannot post them on your social media. You cannot, okay, maybe you're a private person, you don't post much on social media. You cannot take them to see your friends. You know, you have so much limitations, and so that's a time if you really feel pain and you don't understand why, because they love you so much. Sometimes you need to have pen and paper and write it down, and you realize that no, actually they are taking more than giving. And actually, if you look at all the downsides, you realize that you are settling for crumbs. You're settling for crumbs, but not, you don't even know the taste of a whole pie. You forgot uh, how the whole pie would feel, because the whole pie is when you are with somebody who puts you as priority, give you time, give you respect, um, have you in their plans, which is another painful topic when it comes to extramarital relationships. That you are, if you are number three, there is no plans for you except for being in this position. And when it comes to women, that's a very painful thing, because we only have that uh, um, small window to having family, to have a child. We have such a small window having children. So therefore, um, before you know it, you run out of those years. You are robbed of the opportunity to be with somebody else, where you can have the whole human, like you can have the whole thing. You don't have to look, go with your hand and ask for crumbs of their attention, or hopes that one day maybe something will happen to their spouse and they will be with you. This really relates to both men and women, because you know men don't have that biological cap on having children as women do. It's different, but men have their things. Men tend to have their health issues, and also men unfortunately live shorter, especially if they don't take care of themselves. So um, we all kind of have timelines for things. Not to mention that when you get into this kind of circumstances, your mental state is, um, you may need years to recover from this. So you really losing your time. That's all that's happening. You are entertaining yourself and you're losing your time. So um, in order to have this very clear vision, you have to ask for help sometimes, because you are going to be escaping these questions. So sometimes you need to reach out for help. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. And when you talk about this, you're going to hear yourself and think, oh, No way. There is absolutely no way. I didn't settle for this. There is absolutely no way. No, 5 years or 3 years or 2 years had not passed, and they really did. And a lot of people who had some kind of trauma or didn't get enough of love, support, and validation as children, they agree for crumbs. They agree for just little glimpses of happiness rather than having the whole thing, the whole pie. And so yes, the first step, the most important thing, to tell yourself honestly that you got yourself in a horrible situation, because no good relationship, no true beautiful love story can be built on a lie. And in this situation, you were an extra. You were somebody who always have to adjust to circumstance. You are somebody who is not valued or respected, because once again, let's say in those under 5%, when this is, could be true love, true connection, you meet somebody, if once again that man or woman were married, they would respectfully tell you the truth and have the courage to leave you alone while they figuring out their relationship. Because you are in a very good position when you are here and there, for people who are um, in this situation, the person who decides to add an extra person to their relationship, they complain you that, oh, their wife is so bad, and or their husband is so bad, but the truth is their life is a mess and they refuse to fix it, and now you have to pay for it. Eventually you will feel the price for it. um they are in a very comfortable position because on a social level they look like a good person. Oh, this person has been married for 15 years, they have this nice families, they have these nice children. They look good in a social way. Also, they're, if you're talking about a man, his wife is taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, maybe taking care of him in many ways. He looks good in public, and then he has pure, romance and intimacy with another woman. Um, so he is satisfying his needs and feeling great. So he has two, the person who is initiator here has two, the best of both worlds. Why to change something? Why to change it when you get benefits? You look good for your work, for your friends, for your family. You look like you have your life together. You have solid base, like you're doing good, doing well. And then, for yourself, you are in this dream world, diving into your love and sex addiction. And this other woman, she's probably beautiful and young and attractive. She gives you all kinds of validation, and you have connection and all this, right? um but what does the other person have? The promises, the maybes, the highs and very low lows. Nothing of substance, and nothing to build on. We cannot build a house. You can find the most beautiful house, most aesthetically gorgeous house, but if it's built on a faulty foundation, if it's built on a styrofoam, if it's built on a piece of carton, if it's built on if it's not built on something strong and stable, it's just going to flop and fall, and nothing is going to happen. uh, the house is not going to stand, because nothing can be built on a faulty foundation, on a foundation uh, that's not built to last, and that was built wrong, you know that's something to accept. And I don't want to reveal any personal details, but sometimes when people reaching out to me and they tell me about their pain, um, I really look at the situations, and it always looks like the solution is exactly, where was the beginning. The exit is exactly where the entrance was. Sometimes you just have to stop, but it's hard to stop something before you realize that it's faulty, it's not right, it's not what you tell yourself it is. And I think that is the biggest issue, is that to tell yourself the truth of what this really is. uh Hi everybody, welcome. Man, this topic has so many layers and so many aspects. And yeah, I just could not believe that I had several kind of heartbreaks that people share with me. um, and I think that life sometimes is very difficult, and sometimes we can have feelings for the person that is not in our reach. It's life, you know. Many of us felt it at least once or twice in life, but I think this is where the question should come, and understanding that this could never lead to nothing of substance. And one of the ways to stop and to kind of start going a different direction, the opposite direction, is to think about the future, is to make a vision for your life and realize that, maybe I won't be able to plan anything. Maybe I do not have a vision. I won't be able to have a vision. I don't even know, because this person cancels so much because, their child is sick, their wife is sick. So you always depend in this situation, you always depend on a third person. If you are an extra character in a story, you always depend on a third person, because they gonna prioritize them. They tell you they don't love them, they don't want them, or whatever stories they tell you, which is often a lie, often not even true, but they will still prioritize them. They love them enough to take them on vacations every year. They love them enough to cover all their expenses, but they tell you the story that yeah, they have nothing in common and things had ended, and the classic talk, the classic talk, the classic excuse. But yeah, so you can plan your entire week, you can be excited for the date. Maybe you're so happy that you just can't, when you're so excited, you've never felt like this, you're so excited, you just live in how to translate this, you just live in one day at a time. You're so happy, you don't want to think about the consequences, but um, you made your plans, you cancel everything else, but then they, like, in last moments, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't be able to come because Mikey is sick, or Johnny is sick, and my wife is sick, like, or whatever, or whatever else. There was a great movie for ladies who are watching. I want to recommend this amazing movie. How I would call that movie, how to never be a side piece, how to never be a mistress in a man's life. This movie called Match Point, with Scarlett Johansson. Please watch it. If you have some trauma, if you feel like you're one of the people that you just you've been in those situations, it often comes from the parental situation and relationships with father, with the father. That movie will cure you from desire to even talk with a married man if you're a woman. For women, this is, for men, it is a very bad situation, but for women, this situation is deadly. For a woman to be in love with a married man is deadly for so many reasons. Well, watch that movie that I just said. It's actually free on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's premium. I don't know. I have YouTube Premium, but it's called Match Point, with Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna read the comments, guys. Just give me a few minutes. I think I should record this, just make an upload, because I really want to make a structured video on this, because I understand the pain. I live life too, so I completely understand. And yeah, you just come to realization that all you have is a house of cards that will crumble at any moment. And for women, it's especially painful. We are hormonal. And when a woman put all her hopes on this unavailable man, her whole hormonal cycle, everything, her health crumbling, her shine, her magnetism, her ability to do, to just, her ability to enjoy life, her whole emotions, her whole emotional center, her hormonal, her physical, also completely. So she's completely dependent on the outcome, something of she has no control of. There is nothing worse in life than being dependent on the outcome of something that you have no control of. And of course, you miss your window when you have children. You could never, take your significant other, your husband, your fiance, the man you're with, you can never take him to no social events. He does not want to be seen. He's a liar. He is. You have to understand that you think that he's genuine with you, and he professes his feelings, but he had lied to his wife to be with you in that place that he goes at, far away from his house, so nobody can see him. He's hoping that nobody see him on public, but in order to see you and call you and be in touch with you, he has to lie to his spouse every single time. So he cannot be really honest. By the definition, he has to lie. And again, if he is this wonderful man, this man of integrity, and he happened to marry the wrong person and blah blah blah, and the children, just he can take his time and put his life in order. For a woman, this is just a total disaster, because she's gonna lose a lot of time, and then she needs years to recover, and then before you know it, you miss your window. You just you're crushed. Women are more so made to be loved, and made to nurture, and made to experience those beautiful things. And when you are crushed, your trust is broken, you cannot really do very much with that. You cannot really, you yourself, become a partner that you barely are a qualifying partner, because you need to heal your emotional wounds. You need to work on your self-worth, on your self-esteem. The thing is, if people would only have a healthy self-esteem, a lot of these dramas and problems could be avoided. I need to make a love perspective from the Slavic side, because love perspective from a Slavic side very often actually is a pure drama. It's very weird. I think, I talked about before that in Slavic culture it's more common, all kinds of like infidelity, all kinds of extramarital relationships, and so on and so forth. We also grew up in a very dramatic, beautiful rich but very dramatic literature. You know, we all grew up on the classic literature. I know in America people don't read classic novels. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know, I barely met anybody who actually read anything classic. So if you read classic novels, please put in the comments below. But we grew up on this very extensively, and for a long time, I thought that that is love. That passion is love. That I mean, don't get me wrong. It could be part of love, but it's it's really it's really not. Um, all this drama, all this adrenaline, ups and downs, all this hot and cold. I thought that was love. When people do those crazy things for each other, and I thought that was love till I learned better. In my early 20s, I learned better later that this is not love. That is, once again, could lead to it, could be part of it, but just your desire for another person is not love. Love is when you want to give, love is when you respect, love is when you care. And if you find yourself deeply engrossed in this extramarital situation, just try to pay attention to healthy people who have healthy relationships, and how it's amazing when you actually can rely on the other person, when the other person have integrity. And if they were fall in love to somebody else, they would tell you, they would not embarrass you, they would care about how you're going to feel. I had experience. I was actually, working, tried to work some years ago with a matchmaker that I didn't do my homework to learn about that person. And when I got to know him, I learned that he's living a double life himself. I just saw that he is the most disqualifying person to do something like that. When you I mean, things happen. People die, people divorce, people separate, people sometimes, get hurt. But when you disrespecting your spouse publicly, and try to run a service, that is pretty insane to me. There are some things we can't control, you know, and a person, who is a doctor also gets sick, right? I mean, we are all human, but when you're doing some such things and you just show everybody that you have no integrity. And I think the problem with people who stay for too long in these relationships, they just do not believe that they deserve the whole pie. They also don't want to deal with the whole pie. They want to have this like express, fast food relationship. And I think it comes at a very high price. When you only have a part of a person, you also don't have the ugly part of them. You don't see them tired, you don't see them messy, you don't see them late, you don't see them in a bad mood, you don't see them in dirty underwear, you don't see their socks around the house, you don't see their temper tantrums. So I understand why some women, because I also had a lady that reached out to me. I don't have, maybe only 10% or 15% of women who watch my channel, but I had a lady who reached out to me, and she was telling me about the perks, how she doesn't have to deal, she doesn't have to cook and clean and do all this, but that comes at high price. You can be more independent. Not everybody want to have a classic relationship. So as a woman, if you, let's say, you don't want to get married, you don't want to be with somebody consistently, you can still be with a person that prioritizes you and that is committed to you, so you're not worried to get disease or to get pregnant or just be violated in some way, you know? Not every person wants to, not every woman, in this modern day, I do understand that. Very good and very well that women who are very successful or just have the independent natures, they only want to be with somebody who is a true match. And they may not always want to have somebody with them all the time, we live different. Some people live more dynamics lives than others, but you still, even if your goal as a woman is not to get married, you still don't want to build any kind of intimate relationship on a faulty foundation that is bringing somebody pain. You can also have all kinds of enemies. You can have, women sometimes when they finding out that, their husband is having an affair, they can be ruthless. You can put yourself in a circumstance where you're gonna get hurt or even lose your life. um Yes, even if your goal is not to be the wife and the mother for whatever reason, you can be with another person who is free like you are. I get it too. We have different times and periods in our life. It's nice to have another, free person that's available, ready to do things, not looking for maybe too many labels. And if you are on the same page like that, um, it happens. There are people who live like this, but then it's more or less a good partnership, a good connection, that eventually has a possibility to blossom, but nothing can blossom when you have an enemy. And women put so much into their marriage. If they find out, yeah, you may end up unalived. So yeah, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And sometimes you just need silence. Yes, you can reach out for help, you can watch self-help videos, you can hire a consultant, but sometimes you need silence. And sometimes you need to have to talk to yourself and just have a moment, just see things for what they are. And best way is to block all the distractions and especially that person, and just give yourself time, and every day you will see a new insight, new realization, and you will slowly heal and recover, just because you deserve better. You don't need a half a person, third a person. You don't have to beg for crumbs. There is somebody that can give you a lot more. You have a chance to meet somebody else, but even you yourself can be in charge of your life rather than being dependent and extremely anxious for every message, for every phone call. You are going to be very anxious because your whole life, your whole hormonal cycle depends on this. It comes for women, it's very painful. It's very, very painful. I've never really heard a happy story, you know. It's usually never happy because um, it really starts the wrong way. All right, you know what? I just remembered I do have one story that I personally know. But that story is very, very, very unlikely because that story has a very unusual circumstance and it connected with a war that's happening right now. Maybe, but that story is exception, a huge big exception. And again, how often there is a reason like that, you know, almost never. So yes, I don't know, I wanted to uh share some thoughts about this topic, and I know that for many people it's a shameful secret, and some of us can or have been through things like this. Some of us have been in a how you say it, unrequited. You know, when you have feelings for somebody and you're limerent, and this person give you hope, and just, you know, when somebody truly wants you, they're going to make place for you. That's all I can say. You know, when somebody truly wants you, they're going to have a make place for you, even if they meet you when there so happens that, you know, their life is a mess. It's often because of the children. Unrequited, yes, I don't know how to say it correctly. Unrequited, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Thank you, Nina. Yeah, you know, people will figure out their lives, because yes, it's very nice, you know, when you can have the benefits. You have a mass here. You know, the reason why people don't change their lives is that, why, if you agree for these conditions, why to change? You know, they will complain so often. Also, they would complain about their unhappiness, they would cry about it, they would complain about their spouse, you know, to you. And you have to take that nasty dirt, you know, that nasty, you have to poison your world with their problems, you know. And they will tell you, they will try to get empathy from you, and you know, sometimes things are really bad. Sometimes they are living in this horrible situation, but you know what, before inviting guests over, you know, take a shower, make sure your space is nice and clean, you know, put some candles, make it good, you know. um, don't be, for the ladies and for the men too, don't be an emotional tampon for somebody when they not only going to use you, but they also going to dump all the kind of stuff, like you're a free fucking therapist, you know, like you're a therapist, sorry, beep. Like you are a free therapist, you know. I cannot tell you the amount of times when men, um, through my life, through the years, would try to make a free therapist out of me. Or I'm not talking about true connection, true relationships when people share. And when maybe once in a lifetime you have connection, and you know, I've shared with somebody and they shared with me, and it was a very sacred and intimate moment. I'm talking about when men are not shy to say, hey, you know, I just need to dump something. Even through my YouTube work, you know, even through my YouTube work, through the years, some people say, well, why do I need to pay you for your consultations, you know, what makes you so special? And then on the same breath, listen, I really need to talk to you, there is this and that going on, like I really need to talk to you. And I read, you told me I'm not worth the price, I'm not worth the time, you just told me that I'm not worth it, you know. So I need to take out of my life to listen to your problems, and I am not worth it. You don't have to talk to me, but you know what, I am working very hard to have my life in order, um, to be better, to have healthy relationships in my own life. And this is my passion, but this is also my project, but this is also something that I do, and I get rewarded from those people who appreciate my work. You don't have to appreciate it, you don't have to watch it, but if you need my help, and on the same breath you tell me that I have no value, I don't think it's gonna work like this. This is how this relation, you know, now talking from professional to personal, this is how you really are. If you are, in this case, as a woman, you are third one in a relationship. Um, Man basically tells you you're nice to have, but you are not worth it. You are not worth of changing lives, of changing his life, getting it in order, going through pain. You're not worth that. You only worth it, you know, for a psychological dump, you know, or you know, any other stuff. So you know, it takes, you know, when you didn't have a perfect childhood, when you had painful relationships, it takes actually a very long time to realize that, you know what, you worth the whole thing. And the difficult things about it is to become comfortable being alone. I think you're in a better position being alone and be have time for yourself. You're in much better position than being somebody's option, somebody's like maybe somebody I'm not sure. Because one man's I'm not sure, I have to think about it, is another man. Hell yes. Hell yes. you know Let me read some of your amazing comments. And Jason, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. And oh my gosh, yes, we are coming to an hour, so we're going to be wrapping up. I hope that you are getting something positive. I hope that that is a supportive video. But you know what? Yes, if you didn't, I want to say this last thing. If you didn't have such great and satisfying relationship, and you find one, and this extramarital one, let that give you an idea that yes, you can experience good feelings, you can have connection, attraction with somebody, but make sure that that person is an available one. I don't deny that sometimes we meet people and we fall in love with them without our permission. I don't deny that at all. But it's our responsibility to stop at the right moment, put your mind together, and do the same one, finding the same one, or attracting the same one, visualizing the same one, but available. David, thank you so much for a 9.99 super chat. I mean, I don't have super chats right now because I'm working on getting monetized again, but right now I'm not. So let me read the super chat. Um, Wait, what did I do? Thank you. Thank you so much, David. He's saying looking gorgeous in blue. Thank you. It's baby blue, to be exact. Yes, I will post all my links below. I need to fix my descriptions. I'm gonna do that. So you can see, but I'm gonna post it. Below in the first comment. Hello, CCGB. Thank you. Of course, I'm late. No notifications, but I don't know what it is. I looked at my stats and things. I really think that there is something wrong with my channel because I talk to other people and they also don't get notifications. I think, well, I'm demonetized, so maybe I'm shadow banned. Like I blame things on that I have been off YouTube for a while, and also I need to improve the quality of my videos. I completely understand that. I do not deny it. It's just right now I am I'm focusing on just being active and getting in a habit, and I'm just working with my consulting clients. But I think that I will be able to improve the quality of the videos, make it them more regular, more, all the stuff that smart people suggested. So I'm not offended about it. I'm not too concerned, but so many people have told me that they never get my notifications. So that is really weird. Yes. I know, Mikey, right? Yeah, well, I have been pretty regular for last 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and also, I'm doing right now a what it is vertical life. I really want to do a horizontal one. Um, I want to do a horizontal one even on the phone, but it doesn't allow me. It's locked now for only vertical, but doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments, guys. I have see how much time I have. I have to go very, very soon, but I have to honor the time you spend. Let me read some comments. Ours, thank you, CCGB. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. It's so nice when somebody is believing in you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Nina Andrews is saying, I just changed mine to all. See if that works. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, CCGB. You're awesome. Yes, let's see if that works. Mikey says they don't like your channel because you encourage in traditional relationships and marriage. Yeah, I encourage common sense, and encourage to stop this mess. Yes, I know. I don't. I just got on the bad side, for a while, but I don't know. I have this feeling that it can be changed. I have this feeling. You know what? And if not, if I have 10 people on my channel that my channel helps, and I can help even a very limited amount of people, I'm still very satisfied. I think we are getting very greedy because with social media we can have sometimes so many people overall watching us. But if you think about reality, even if it's 20 people in a room, that's a lot of people. Even if it's 3 people in a room and they're gonna do something differently or just feel good, uh, it's really worth it. It doesn't mean that don't want to grow. I would like to grow, but I need to put my work. I know that I got some advice from some very smart people, and I have not done it, but I have an intent to do it. The problem with me, guys, is that I got so much into my feminine energy after 2 years not really being online. I got too happy and too comfortable. It's very hard to come back online when everything is going well in your own life. So, but I'm trying. I try and I realize I really miss it. I really do love connecting with you guys. So thank you so much for the kind words. Yes, I agree with you, Jersey Kunovsky. It's never healthy. But we are talking. This is a help channel for those people who are struggling with things. And I had recently just so much people contacting me for these issues. Oh, thank you, CCGB. You are so sweet. Your channel is a must in today's society. Thank you, CCGB. Mikey says, "In Veronica we trust." Thank you, Mikey. You are so sweet. I really appreciate it. Video audio is great. Regular would be nice. Yes, Jason. Thanks. We will grow your channel. Share, share, share. CCGB, you're awesome. Yes, share is really, really helping. And also I'm gonna be recording like a shorter digestible videos because with life it's always all over the place but from the heart. uh okay, CCGB says only me and Jesus, from the body language guy, Jesus Enrique Rosa show. She doesn't get only both of us. She doesn't get our notifications. That's weird. One thing is unite both of us is a passion for common sense. That's crazy. Uh, it is an extra fabulous look today for sure. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Okay, okay, okay. Nina Andrew says messing with a married man is not worth it at all. You are exactly right. Don't be a free therapist. If they tell their wives if they tell their wives how they actually feel, it would probably strengthen their relationships. Yeah, and the thing is, when you are an extra therapist, you sometimes is the one who is strengthening their relationships because the man gets his excitement outside and he comes back home happy. And here is his comfortable wife. For those who join later, I highly recommend you to watch a movie called Match Point. It's free on YouTube with Scarlett Johansson. Highly recommended. When you're single, these things don't happen at all, but that's just the Lord testing your loyalty. These things happen. Single people. Oh yeah, I see. When both are, yeah, when both people are, yes, but usually it's one person that is taking advantage of and not realizing it. Yes, I've heard other women catch feelings at work. It happened when I was married and after a new relationship. But if you're resilient, you won't regret it. Yeah, I mean, you should always remember what you have to lose. And the thing is, for us women, it's pleasant when some people admire you, but it doesn't have to have a continuation. I can say that I had when I was working, when I was actually going to work, there were people and men who were pleasant to me, but would I ever consider being, going on extra step with them? Hell no. even then, even when I was available, even when I was young, like, I mean, just in the beginning of my journey, hell no. We love the pleasant things, the flowers, the in our culture, it's really weird, but in our culture you can actually give. I had men in my life that give me gifts and pleasant things, and they knew that nothing is possible. They just enjoy treating you and admiring you. I mean, here in US, I don't think I would even accept that. um if men want to change, they have to learn the truth. They have to learn the meaning of life in Buddha school teachings. You go to hell for cheating. Satan hates adulter adulter. I cannot say it. People who commit adultery the most. Oh my god. Hey, ugly Wagner. Why do you call yourself ugly? Don't have to do that. Maybe two men in her life, Two. I always assume there is man in every woman's life. I always assume there is a man in every woman's life. Well, it depends. Wait, no, no. Okay, let's see. I want to read a couple more comments before I have to go, but oh my gosh, I do have to go. Uh, Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're so sweet, CCGB. Thank you. Yes, guys. Jason, could you please drop some more? And by the way, we have some more. We have some more people on my. We have some more people on my Patreon, and so I'm gonna be sharing some videos, some old and new videos that are not public on YouTube, and a lot of them are really good coaching videos. Some of them with very personal examples, and that's why I don't really want them on YouTube. So I was looking at my library and I recorded some more stuff. So I really want to thank you, those who joined my Patreon. You can also ask me a quick question there. I can respond, and you can have videos to watch. You can also request what kind of videos you want, like particular topic. And with the coffee side, you can also request, if you have questions, you can text me, message me, and I will respond. Just not something super long. Hey, Jack. Hello. Elizabeth, my darling. Hello. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for the compliments. We have such a beautiful day today, guys, and I'm going some beautiful place, so I'm excited. I just came early. Anyone who has an affair loses credibility instantly. What is the point of getting married for just to throw it away for a little collateral on the side? Yeah, I know. Many people marry the person they don't really want, so that's one of the reasons. And this is coming from someone who has never been on a date. Oh wow. Well, we gotta change that, Jack. Hey, Lance, good to see you. Hey, Jason. I love pre-planning, preparation, spontaneous moments. Last minute change really drives me nuts. Well, it's okay sometimes to have surprises, but when you made the whole day and whole plan and then you get a cancellation. Hey, I'm sorry, my wife came home. Can't leave now. You have to understand that you will never know the truth about the other person. You will never know. They will tell you, oh, my wife is sick or my husband is an abuser. You never know the truth. They're not going to tell you, I have a beautiful wife, the wife that's dedicated to me, that gives me the best years of her life. She's amazing with children. She's gorgeous. But I'm an asshole and I cannot control my desires. My has the best of me. So that's why I cheat. No man gonna say that. And no woman is going to say, I have a really an amazing husband, he works hard, he provides for me, he does a lot, but I'm bored. That's why I want to have some fun on the side. No, nobody going to tell you the truth. Yeah, that's a terrible choice to make for sure. Something burning? I don't know, smoking hot. I hope nothing is burning, Greg. Uh, Mikey is saying, it took me time to get this right. My ex-wife married her extramarital affair dude. Uh, she had to. She was pregnant with his baby. Our divorce was rushed, but I didn't know why at first. Yeah, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, hello, saludos de Argentina. Hola, Argentina. Hey, Magic. She's been telling everybody that I was fathering other children. I didn't know until her family was asking about the extra kids I had during our daughter promotion dinner. This stuff is wild. Yeah, man, and when you have children, you embarrass your children. You hurt your children. You just have to decide what you're gonna do. Are you a gold digger? Of course. Of course. Who doesn't like gold? I like gold, platinum, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, furs, silk, and I don't like stupid people. So, absolutely. Uh, some people digging for shite, but somebody only go for the gold. Go for the gold in everything you can. You really like fur, don't you? Yes, I do. Somebody asked me where I'm from. I'm from Kiev, Ukraine. I always saw that fur was more expensive. Yep, I don't like anything cheap. That's a fact. Um, I assume there is a man and everyone's like, okay, yeah, I think I read it all. The body language guy is awesome. Yes, he is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He is absolutely phenomenal. Yes. I love his work. Okay, okay, somebody. Okay, guys, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. Shelton, what is the title? I don't know. Can you read? The title is the title of the video. How to get over when you got yourself in a mess. I don't know if this video really went very smoothly over steps, so I think I'm going to make a short video going through the steps because I have so much. I have information for 10 videos, but I love being live and connecting with you all. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Shelton. The title is real. Share your thoughts. Uh, no stupid peeps, period. Yes. And even if that happens, like you get your fair partner, yeah, if you get your fair partner, your entire life, you're going to be anxious if they're gonna do the same things they did with you. Sadly. Yes, there are exceptions, guys. There are exceptions in this world. Sometimes you do meet somebody special and they are miserable in their relationship and you are miserable in yours. So you have to fix it first and then love each other forever. But when somebody was cheating with you, they probably will do it to you or on you later on. That's just, it's a pattern. We all have bad patterns, and that's why, I mean, not all, but many of us, we have our weak spots. We have our patterns, bad patterns. It doesn't necessarily make you evil. It makes you lost, confused, and trauma a person who maybe survived traumas. That's why you have to heal yourself first. And then, it's really amazing when you are with a person you can trust, when you have an intimate relationships and you're not gonna catch anything from this person, you know. You know that they have high standards, and even if somebody will knock on their doors, they would say, hell no, I don't need that. It really is incredible when you are with a person that you can trust. You don't have to go through a trauma at your OBGYN office and find out you have a bouquet of STIs, and some of them are barely treatable. Trust me, I've heard everything. It's the most painful thing in the entire world. Not only get physically, emotionally hurt, but also physically sick. And even if that happens, yeah, like you get an affair, what you really, no, I'm sorry, and even if that happens, like you get your affair partner, what you really get is a crappy person who will probably cheat on you and lie about everything. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. But I just want to say honestly that I had a lot milder view on this, even if you asked me a year ago, even as short time as that, because I personally knew a lot of things and situations and circumstances, but now absolutely not. A lot of maturing, it's really weird, but every year I feel like I'm maturing inside of me by 10 years. So I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit 100 pretty soon. Maybe I can get some of those SSI payments that they pay into 100-year-olds. Thank you, darling. Thank you, CCGB. Thank you, Shari. Thank you, Jason. Jason, thank you for sharing everything and being such an awesome mod. Trust yourself. It's all that you need. Yes, thank you, darling. Your eyes are beautiful. Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Jason, if you're still here, could you drop some links before I leave? Could you drop for some links for people that just came? And let's see. Yes, thank you so much, guys, for those of you who support me on the extra platforms. Thank you for those of you who sharing my links. I started doing my consultations again. So if you reached out to me before and I told you no, now you have a chance to talk to me. If you really need to, you can watch a bunch of my videos instead. Maybe you don't necessarily need to talk to me, but if you are a coffee site member, you can send me a short message, you can share your information, or have a quick question that I will respond. Same goes for Patreon. Also on Patreon you can watch a lot of videos that are not posted here for the topics that I discuss here. How would you suggest a How would you suggest a multi-billionaire approach the dating scene incognito? Oh my gosh, Rick Surgeon, I love your sense of humor. I think the person who really need to ask this question is Jeff Bezos. Oh my gosh, he making the worst choices when it comes to women. I don't know what it is, and honestly, maybe it's a Jeff Bezos. Rick Surgeon, are you Rick Surgeon or are you Jeff Bezos? Be honest, because I've literally want to make a video. Jeff Bezos needs me. He made. I feel like he's the only person that doesn't know that he made the most horrible choice. I feel like Jeff Bezos is like one who is not realizing that he is signing himself for the life of trouble. He's the one that's. Oh man, yeah. So what I would recommend Jeff Bezos is go to the country where nobody knows him. Believe me, there are villages uh in remote countries that never seen him and don't know who he is, and find a good woman so he can have at least one person in his life that doesn't use him and doesn't uh, pretend to love him, but actually loves him or appreciates him or have genuine feelings. Yeah, if you're Jeff Bezos undercover, go to the place where nobody knows you. There are plenty of places. A lot of people don't have internet. A lot of people don't watch stuff, you know, in the remote places, and find yourself love. You can actually feel how it's to be a human. I honestly somewhat empathize to people who are either famous or really stunningly beautiful or extremely rich, because when you're in that position, you just never know if you have a single person in your life that has genuine feelings for you and not trying to use you. You just never know. Probably not. But I appreciate your sense of humor. Marcus Johnson says, saying, great channel, I'm glad I found you. Thank you, Marcus, and welcome. Welcome. I'm restarting after taking quite a bit of time off. So, yes, if you have questions, suggestions, please reach out. Comment below, share my channel. You know, not everyone is in a position or feel yet doing extra things, but one thing that you can always do at no cost is put a like, put a comment, and share with a friend. It is a great help. So, and welcome everybody who is watching and not commenting. I know there are some people that watch and enjoy my channel and they never comment. Hello to you. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, and CCGB is sharing my friends Andrea, or Alina as we call her, her traditional courting matchmaking. Yes, she's on a mission for traditional values as well. We also like common sense here, sound, reason, and just logic. So, my dear friends, I want to wish you some sunshine. I want to wish you some beautiful early spring days as we have here today, the most magical, beautiful day. So, I'm gonna go and enjoy it. Thank you for joining, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget to share, subscribe if you like being here, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Don't get into places where you are an option, a subject, when you are not respected and take it for granted. Sometimes you have to sit down, tell yourself the truth, and reroute, change your destination. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time.